All right, we are at a storage unit. There's actually a couple here. This is what we got. It's a 10 by 20. The next unit over is also the client's, and that's probably 2 loads, a little bit more furniture, miscellaneous based, whereas this is all boxes of paper, which means each box probably weighs 30 to 45 pounds, and there's a lot of them. This is all trash here. This is like stuff for setting off to the side, just miscellaneous, anything that's not paper. This is what we're referring to by paper. Oh, that's empty. Paper, oh, that's, all right. Paper, that's all trash. That's what she told us. Everything paper-wise is trash. Eventually, she's gonna wanna go through or send us photos and whatever. So, I'm only doing what I'm told here. We've learned our lesson in the past to do anything else. Look what Tanya found. The world's thickest Bible. Here's my hand. There you go. Let's see if I can, I don't have the same grip. Oh, it has the locks on it too. Look.
Oh wow, those are cool.
Put up. Oh, it's got pictures. Does the Bible have pictures in it?
Yeah, well, I think so. It depends on what it's testament.
Pretty nifty. All right, so this is the first load. These are all empty boxes. That's why it doesn't look like we did anything. But we got the whole inside cleaned out, going back a little bit. So at least now we can work from side to side. The problem that we're facing is all this stuff right here has stuff other than trash in it, and she's not here to go through it. So I have to just send her photos, and we all know that's not the most feasible route. This is where we're at. We're gonna go drop off at the local dump. And basically you're gonna dump this, come back, get another load, get that dumped, come back. By then the dump will probably be closed, but we can still run a third load if necessary. And then I told her we could come back tomorrow after our job in the morning if we have time, and we'll try to work on what's there. All right, so we're just waiting at the dump, and as I predicted, we are very heavy. We are 3,620 pounds. And we didn't even like top it off. And I even told her too, I was like, she's like, can you come down in price? And I was like, no, because this is all paper, and paper weighs a lot. She's like, it's paper. And I'm like, yes, I know, it weighs a lot. Each one of those little legal totes are probably like 20 to 40 pounds. And there's a lot of boxes of books in there too that we didn't even know. So $76.02 for this first load. Now granted, a quarter of it is an entertainment center from earlier. We just had it broken down really well, but still, that means that all these future loads are probably going to be around this price, which kind of sucks. But
$300+ in dump fees.
Yeah. All right, back for round 2. We're gonna load up as fast as we can and try to make it to the dump before they close. We're gonna have about a half-hour wiggle room. All right, we should have just enough time to make it to the dump. We don't have to weigh out, so we just have to get there before 5. This is where we're at right now. This is all stuff that she needs to go through, look through the photos, all this stuff she wanted us to set to the side. All we took was paper and trash. These are all empty right here. So it's this freaking contraption that you just know is gonna be a problem when the time comes. So I'm hoping that this will be just one load, and then we'll be done for today. All right, so we just waited in at the dump again. Got here with 10 minutes to spare before they close. Much shorter line, and half the trucks in front of me are garbage trucks, which means that no one should be in the little corner where the regular trucks go to for dumping, so that's good. Came in at $78, 3,650 pounds, which means we weighed pretty much the same as before, even though the other load had that big ass entertainment center in it. So just goes to show you how much books and paper add up in weight, because that's all the freaking load is books and paper. More books than paper, which if I had known going forward, I definitely wouldn't have been any lenient about the price, because the time we're just talking about it, books pretty much add up the same way as debris does. So we're definitely not going to be lenient when it comes to that in the future. Like, at least with the, like, let's say we did 4 truckloads of something that's like furniture mixed with trash, at least I know I can donate like a quarter to half of it and save drastically on the dump fees. In this situation, everything has rat droppings in it, silverfish, roaches, roach droppings. Like, nothing in there is donatable, nothing in there is going to be kept. I don't even know why she wants to keep half the stuff in there, but she does for some reason. And because of all that, even if the books were in decent condition, with the amount of damage to the boxes and stuff, no one's going to take them, and we can't donate them anyways because nobody wants them. So it's just a really expensive load for no reason. Like we're at $150 in dump fees right now for 2 loads. Technically a truck and a 3/4 of her job, which is just crazy for a non-debris job. Like our dumps are $42 a ton. So our average full load of like furniture and household miscellaneous is like a ton and maybe a quarter, if that. All right, that is a wrap. This is an extra full load. We are still throwing on some last minute items. These are all empty boxes for her to put more stuff into, so she doesn't have boxes like this in her car. And then this is all stuff for her to go through. Pretty much another half of a truck worth of stuff. So she has a SUV, and I told her it's a lot, but she insists on it. So it ended up being a quarter of a truck over what we quoted, so I told her there is a balance for this unit specifically, not including anything that she doesn't take. So we will see what happens later tonight and tomorrow. How do you feel, Tanya?
I'm tired.
And I sent her the photos, and she said, that's way too much. And I said, I know, but you told me to put aside anything that wasn't trash, aka paper. This is what it is. So she's not being super thrilling over the phone, but we're gonna leave it as is. This is the second unit. Pretty much, I would say 2 loads on the dot, maybe just a smidge, but we can stand up some of it. This file cabinet, I literally can't fucking move. I can't open it to see what's in it. I cannot budge it left or right. So I don't know if it's a concrete file cabinet or if it's just that fucking heavy of paper, but I cannot move it. But it's more furniture, which is good because we could stack up a little higher. We can make it work a little better. I figure pretty much everything up to these boxes right here is 1 load. And then this perimeter here is basically a second load. Like I'm pretty confident this is 2 loads. We are back again. We have our helper with us. He's over here. We were just trying to get this job done as fast as possible. So fuck me. It's not gonna open all the way. It's gonna get stuck. She has the key.
Wait, maybe we can. Yeah. Wait, put it down.
It might get stuck coming back though. Anyways, we're gonna clean out this unit. The helper is gonna grab some miscellaneous stuff. We're going to leave the file cabinet and the frames and get the rest. All right. File cabinet stay, all picture frames stay per her request. Something like that.
6 cubic yards. Is the biggest pain in the ass of this business now.
So quick little update. We had our helper help load just to get things expedited a little faster. We just weighed in at the dump, waiting in line right now. It was $46 give or take. And then my helper's pickup truck, which basically just has chairs and miscellaneous in it, came out to $12. So altogether, 60 bucks for this load. And then the load when we get back is gonna be just shy of a full load. So overall, anything wood related in there was basically just deteriorating. There's just piles and piles of termite feces everywhere, which is a little brown and yellow stuff that looks like sand. That's from termites. And there was a lot of it in there. Not as many silverfish as the other unit though, but equally just as bad. So we are leaving the file cabinets and we're leaving any frames that aren't deteriorating and taking pretty much everything else. So loading this was much more smooth and quick, especially with the helper's assistance. We are gonna have them come back. We could do the second load ourselves, but Tanya's not loving this the storage units situation, so I'm just gonna have them help me load really fast and we'll just call it quits. We'll sweep it out, move the file cabinet so that way she can access it, because even my helper like us both together, were struggling to move this file cabinet. So that's definitely a heavy item fee if there ever was one. And I'm just really glad we're not taking it. We're gonna lock it up, we're gonna leave. Photos will be in the invoice, everything will be taken care of. Okay, we're back. This is all that's left here. So these three are staying here. We'll just turn them so she can access them. And then any frames that aren't falling apart from termites will set off to the side, probably on this wall. So it's really just this little bit here, not a whole lot left. Get out of here pretty quickly. And then we're gonna go to the other dump we normally go to because I cannot stand the dump we just came from. So this is all left. 3 file cabinets, picture frames, 1 lamp, and then we went ahead and swapped and leaf blew everything else out. So this is our last load. Send her the pictures after we leave here. We're not coming back. Good morning and welcome to another day of trash and junk removal. So this is the day after we did that storage shop. I just ran the load that we had to the dump. Let's talk about weight and dump fees. So for the first unit that had all of the boxes of paper and books, right, primarily trash, with the exception of what we set to the side for her to go through. The first load was $103.32, $78.96, $76.02. Came out to a total of $258.30 for the 2 3/4 load that storage unit took. Now, your dump fees might be really high in your area, so that may not seem like a lot to you. Let me break it down into poundage. The total for that one storage unit came out to 12,320 pounds. Now, break that down into tons and do the math for your numbers and let me know what it is. Unit number 2, we quoted a half a load less, but more miscellaneous, more furniture, much lighter in weight than the paper and books. Unit number 2, $34.02, $12 even, $48.72 came out to a total of $94.74. That total weight was 4,620 pounds. Altogether, for the 2 units, we quoted it 4.5 loads. It ended up being 4 3/4. $307.02, 16,920 pounds. That's a lot for 2 storage units that weren't theoretically full floor to ceiling all the way back, like we've done in the past, and yet they almost doubled the weight. That's a lot. I've done debris jobs in storage units that were stored there for companies, and we've taken out like 4 or 5 truckloads of debris. Like, we're bed loading it up to 2 feet in height, but still, debris is heavy, like tile and stone and granite and pavers, and it was not even close to that number. That's insane.